Hello, Gemini. This is actually going to be your second video. So if you haven't watched the first one, you might check that one out. Okay, so Gemini, this is going to be for the end of April, or the end of April. And this is for any placement that you have in Gemini. If you're interested in a private reading, all of that information I put in the description box. And energies can reverse. So even if I say this is about you, it can be about someone else. So Gemini, let's see. We have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. And we have the Devil. Okay, so just to recap, the first reading was a lot about noticing something going on in your environment. There's a lot more to it. But this is kind of one of these things where there's something that seems to be has a hold. It definitely has a hold on you, and it's something to do with something that's been overlooked, something that's, yeah, I feel like this is kind of like, I feel like I want to protect you in a way by basically saying this is unfair. It feels unfair, especially with the Strength in reverse. I feel like someone's like genuinely like internally like hurt. I feel like you're looking into the future here. You're looking forward, and you have goals and you have dreams and you have aspirations and you have hopes. There's something that's okay. There's something that you keep feeling is conflicting you, but you're free though. See, this is the thing. It's showing that you're free. It's just something that's been overlooked here that you're trying to expand upon so you can, like, I just heard close this lion's mouth, or get him to settle down, like, so that you can, and now there's something specific about the mouth that you start to notice that you're like, hey, I have a question. When was I supposed to know about this? And it's, yeah, you're like, something seems to be sticking out. I feel like now we have the Knight of Wands here, and so there's something that's giving you excitement, and it's making you feel like, you can go back and forth, and you can, like, there's something where you're checking and you're checking and you're checking. I feel like there's something with your teeth. I feel like there's something with something that you're trying to wrap around and secure, like, but you're trying to free yourself from it at the same time. So there's a lot of fire here in this reading. Fire, earth, air. We have the Tower in reverse. So this is unsettled debris. And it's something that's, I'm hearing right in your face, or it's very bright. It's something that's of high focus. It's shining, and what is shining is what has been overlooked, like a pile that is like sitting over here. And I don't feel like this is very easy, for sure, especially with the Strength in reverse. I feel like you're frustrated, you're expanding on your horizons, and you're noticing this pile that's making it's almost like, okay, it's starting to add, like, it's almost like it's there's something within this pile that needs to show itself, that you're going back and forth to see how to remove or fix or heal or mend whatever this is that's sticking out. I do see someone who's checking on you periodically, but you might not notice this person. This person has a focus on you, and they wait and they think about what you're going through. There's something about youth and being in the center focus. Now we have the Justice card, which is symbolizing that there is some sort of justice or balance here. as as you review is what I'm getting. You're reviewing the situation. I feel like this is something where there's a very protective person around you. And I also feel like you've taken it upon yourself to protect yourself in an overly exerted fashion. I feel like there's care, there's compassion, there's love here. I feel like you have more than one person who love you, who are also wondering, waiting, and checking to see what could be the like what it is. I'm hearing children. I'm hearing like I just heard outdated um, boxes that need to be checked or that are being checked. This has to do with emotions and the balance of emotions. This has to do with waiting for things to all align, like definitely waiting for things to align. Um, there's a father figure here who's overlooking a child, a younger child who's keeping a hold. Yeah, there's some compassion here. I just heard there's love here. Um, I feel like you might feel like you've lost some hope here. You feel like you're hurt or you're like offended. You feel like something's kind of blindsided you and you've overlooked it. There's a child parent dynamic here that's very, very compassionate, supportive. There's a child parent dynamic that is very loving. Um, there's someone who waits for you. There's someone who checks on you. They love you so much. This person cares so much about your nurturing state, the side of you that is very emotionally affected. This person feels like it's, yeah, it's very interesting. We have the Ten of Pentacles, Five of Swords in reverse, Four of Pentacles. So, Pentacles, of course, is Earth, and this has to do with points within the system that I'm getting hardcore. Something was hardcore because with the Emperor in reverse, he's a hardcore kind of guy. Um, I feel like you feel like you've been manipulated. And I feel like this has to do with what someone's checking on you with and also what you feel connected to with someone. I do feel like you're starting, like something's shining. Okay. Something is bright and it has to do with, could be a spotlight on this back and forth type of energy. I feel like you feel a little bit uneasy, uncomfortable. You're holding on, you're holding back a bit, you're staying true to yourself, but I do feel there's love here and support. I feel like you have a friend in your corner. I also feel like you're doing the best that you can. Yeah, Six of Swords, there's relief. Um, I feel like something isn't over, and it has to do with unfinished business regarding health, regarding a mother figure, regarding like I feel like there's something that you discover that you know you have power over. I do feel if you're around a masculine figure, this person is very controlling. They could have Taurus in their chart, but not that Tauruses are controlling, but Tauruses are known to have possessive traits at times. And I feel like someone is really mad. I'm getting like a lot of rage and I feel like there's a lot that hasn't been shared that has to do with like feelings of just anger and frustration um and you know that you have the power or the control over this. You know somehow that you can make this work. I feel like there's someone around you who I just noticed this tie with the world. I feel like this person wants to mend something for you, or tie up a loose end here. There's someone who's doing they have so much motivation and focus on and tools to be able to help you. I feel like some of you feel like you're checking on like your wallet, your money. I feel like there's anger with the system. And I understand that because I'm genuinely going to say, like, even though we have a perfect plan, I personally, in my belief, just briefly, I feel like the system can be very challenging to deal with sometimes. And so I feel like it's good that you have someone in your corner. I feel like you have abundance with your health. I feel like there's things you do in private, and there is a person in private who there's concern and love. Now, this is going to go to the unconscious space. Whoever this is, there's something unconscious that is yet to be tapped into that has to do with an angry father, is what I'm hearing. Like a frustrate, and I'm hearing it was hard to talk to it was hard to talk because you and someone are not getting along, but someone's tried to tell you that there's other things going on. And I feel like you felt alone. Um, I feel like there are things that you learn as you go. And I'm getting that you're going to be okay. I feel like you have people in your corner. I'm feeling like there's guidance coming from others in directing you like what to do, but um sometimes it feels like, I'm hearing lost cause. Um you're nervous about change, but like you trust that there's some process that's going to work, and it is. Um you take the knowledge that you have with you and you use it to your advantage. What else for okay. Yeah, there feels like some loss of hope here, but there's definitely possibilities. Um, as I say to my son, God has a plan regardless of how the world is cold, the world is hard. And with the planetary energies, we can go through these things that make us feel, like we're going through all of this struggle, and it's challenging. And I just want you to know, yes, the world is cold, and yes, the world is hard, but also God has a plan, and he has one for you. He has one for each of us, and it's going to work out. Okay. So there is healing within a system. You might be visiting a business of some kind. Yes, we have the Temperance card and the Wheel of Fortune. So I'm picking up that things are going to heal, and there's going to be a natural realignment to your position.